Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a quick recap of today's game against the Titans, and I'm going to start off with the positives, which is going to be a very short part of this video unfortunately, but the main positives that I am taking away from this game is the defensive line played pretty well in my honest opinion. I mean, they held the Titans running backs to under 4 yards per carry, they held them under 150 rushing yards I believe. And overall, they only had a little bit over 300 yards of offense, which is not too terrible considering how bad our offense played ourselves. And our defense also had 4 sacks on the day, which is actually pretty good considering our defensive line has been struggling to get pressure on quarterbacks. Now, I know the Titans' offense is quite banged up. We're missing A.J. Brown, they're missing Derrick Henry, and much more. But this is still a good showing for them. Even though we did give up 20 points, I really don't put that on the defense much at all, considering how bad the offense have played and how many bad positions the offense put them in consistently throughout the game. So I wanted to start off by giving praise to this defense. I know they're not looking perfect, they're not looking great, they're not looking elite, but they are showing somewhat level of a promise within them. And there's multiple players that are playing good football at times. Now, onto the negatives. I'm going to jump right into this, still staying on the defense. Myles Jack, even though he's been playing okay, he's not playing up to his contract, and he's honestly concerning me a little bit. He's supposed to be somewhat of the leader, along with Josh Allen, of this defense, and he's just not stepping up and playing that role. I mean, he's looked honestly sorry out there. Like, that's the honest way to put it. I'm not impressed at all with what Myles Jack has been doing this year as a whole, and especially in this game. Damian Wilson outshined him by a lot, and Damian Wilson's good, but he should not be better than Myles Jack. Myles Jack should be our guy in the middle of the field on this defense. And for the other negatives, I'm going to jump right over to the offense. Now, this is going to be a long list. The offensive line played absolutely atrocious. I can't really name one guy on the offensive line. It was the entire unit that struggled throughout the entire game. Trevor Lawrence played pretty badly. It's hard to say because I don't really want to put a lot of the blame on Trevor because half of the interceptions weren't really his fault, as well as he really had no help whatsoever on this offense today. But he still had 4 interceptions, which is absolutely unacceptable. I mean, you cannot expect to win a game with 4 turnovers. And then you had James Robinson, who I hate to make this statement, but he's honestly, in today's game, he proved Urban Meyer right. I mean, you cannot average less than 1 yard per carry and then be complaining about being benched. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. You cannot get angry about feeling like you got benched and making comments like he did and then go for less than 1 yard per carry. That is embarrassing for James Robinson, and I hope he has a bounce back game because I'm a big fan of James Robinson, but I don't know what is going up with the dude, but he cannot play like that and expect to be the starter next year. If he continues to play like that for the rest of this year, I'm seriously considering Travis Etienne as a starter next year with James Robinson in that backup role. Now onto the wide receivers. Laviska Shenault caused one of Trevor's interceptions, which is extremely frustrating because before that, Trevor actually hadn't thrown an interception. But once that happened, it just seemed to all fall apart. And you can't have that. These drops need to stop. I don't know what it is with this wide receiver room. We didn't really have this problem last year or the year before that. This wide receiver room is just horrible with drops right now, and it just needs to stop. It needs to stop as soon as possible. And to really wrap this up, because I wanted to make it a relatively short video, this is ultimately just a sorry team, and I don't even know what to say. They're now sitting at 2-11. I mean, they're fighting for the number 1 overall pick back-to-back years. It's unfortunate, but it's the situation that the Jaguars are in, and it looks like they could be clearing house once again pretty soon with all the rumors going around, but I'm going to wrap up this video, so thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, and as always, peace out, Duval.